Hello and welcome to 101 Reasons Why You Shouldn't Aggravate a Marsupial. We are playing Harvest Moon Back to Nature, which apparently came out in 2001, although according to Wikipedia it came out in 1999. So who knows, maybe the PAL version was a little late to the party.
Yeah, I was about to say maybe we were a bit late. We always get the games German.
So the only two languages in the world, English and German. The German version plays exactly the same, only much more efficiently and slightly more scary.
Of course it does. Jesus.
So we're going to start a new game.
Welcome to the game. Man,
I'm Matt Thomas.
Yeah, I've got nothing bad to say about this game. I mean, you know, it's a nice little game. It looks cute. I mean, look at him. It looks adorable.
The thing is, a lot of people don't realise this. There was actually a girls' version of this game made.
Really?
And it was only released in Japan until they realised there was no point in releasing it because almost everyone who played it was a girl.
Oh.
So there was absolutely no reason for another one to exist.
Fair enough. Was it literally just called Harvest Moon for a Girl?
I think it was actually.
Well, what are we going to call it? This never ends well when we get to choose a name. Flash Gordon.
Actually,
Yes.
no, it's not. He's not going to be called Flaccid.
Why?
He's going to be called Flaps.
Flaps.
And how do I? This is the biggest challenge, getting over to the OK button.
Yeah, I was about to say. Is this your name?
This
No.
name okay? Yes, that name's absolutely fine.
Flaps is your
When
fine.
is your birthday? I'm going to put my real birthday, which is the 4th of summer.
The 4th of summer.
That's my real birthday in real life. What is the name of the farm? And this is when we use the word flaccid, you see. Toby, it all comes full
Flaccid
circle.
Farm.
See, doesn't that sound better? Farmer Flaps a flaccid farm.
Wow, you thought this through.
I have. I think of nothing else.
Just go into the flaccid farm.
Is this name okay? Yes, it is. It is utterly fantastic. What is the name of the dog on the farm? Oh, who cares?
Fucking hell, did we even get to the game? It's just like just naming all these things in the first episode. Bark. Balls.
The name of the dog is Balls.
That's like going to the arcade machine, just getting a high school, calling it ass.
Yeah, to be honest, I think everyone,
everyone
does.
did that.
Although sometimes I put knob.
Flaps. 4th of summer flaccid balls.
This is okay.
Oh
yes, we should have made it say something like love flaccid dick or something like that. We'll know that for our next playthrough of a children's simulator game. So basically, this game you play a farmer. This is all cutscenes, so we're going to talk over it like a bunch of bell pieces. You play a farmer living out his life and starting a business and basically achieving things.
Shame you can't do that in real life.
Yeah, it's quite a depressing experience because you find yourself sitting there going, I'm making videos for YouTube that barely anybody watches.
Yeah, well, there you go. Hey, people watch this show, about 50, 50 views.
50 views.
Them 50 people, they're the ones we're looking out for.
Yeah.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Yeah, why didn't you guys come to my birthday? You got the invitations for the 4th of summer.
Yeah, the 4th of summer.
Where were you? I think this is a really kind of sentimental kind of game as well. This little black and white flashback is it's mawkish, but it works. It's really cute.
Is it like when Aerith dies in Final Fantasy spoilers?
Final Fantasy spoilers.
Oh come on, it's 10 years old now. If you don't know about now, Jesus.
Yeah. If you haven't played Final
You
Fantasy,
must be living on a rock.
if you haven't played Final Fantasy VII by now, you're probably never going to play Final Fantasy VII.
Unless they remake it.
So this was actually the first Harvest Moon game made for a non-Nintendo platform.
Oh, right.
And in all honesty, I can't think of another one that was released on a non-Nintendo platform. I think there is some on PSP, maybe, but I always associate Harvest Moon with Nintendo.
Yeah. Sort of like Monster Hunter, really. Except that used to be on PS2 and all that, and then it went to Nintendo.
Have you seen that game that looks a bit like Monster Hunter from Monolith Studio, like Monolith Software? They're just calling it X at the moment. It's a Wii U exclusive. It's like a RPG, but there's giant monsters and you ride around in big ass mechs.
Oh, right, fair enough.
And yes, everyone's thinking like, yep, you guys are talking about giant monsters and big mechs while I'm looking at you play a farming simulator.
Hey, Farming Simulator, that game. Fuck me. But what is there to talk about? Black and white people on the screen.
Yeah, it's kind of like sepia tone, isn't it? Like Well, I'll say it's kind of like sepia tone. It is sepia tone. It's kind of like The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, I get ya.
I love The Wizard of Oz. You know, I think it's brilliant.
1929. I think that got released, wasn't it?
I don't know. Let's look it up.
It's quite old now.
Let's look up when The Wizard of Oz came out. The film version, obviously.
Yeah, The Wizard of Oz.
1939.
Oh, well, I was close.
You were 10 years out, but you know.
No.
I was going to say 20. Yeah. Probably wouldn't have had colour if it was in 29. But any film historians watching face palming right now, we apologise. We're not experts by any means.
I was about to say Nosferatu came out in 1920.
Something.
Something.
That's a great movie. I think on the next podcast, I really want to talk about silent films and like German expressionism and all that kind of stuff.
Every time we say silent
I'm really interested in silent films. I'd like to make a silent film at some point. So I quite like to talk about silent films on the podcast next.
Fair enough.
Yeah. This little tune is so cute. I'm going to leave it.
There's a tune.
Yeah, we missed it because we were talking over it.
Yeah, shit. Bollocks. Christ, will we get to play the game by the 10 minutes are up?
The thing is, though, I like the setup to this game. There's
Tell me what's going on, because I haven't been watching.
All right. Well, basically, this is a flashback to when you were a child and you used to visit this farm, and there was like a little friend. You had like a little friend you used to play with.
Fair enough.
And this is the cutest song ever.
Barely hear it, but I'm sure it is. Them shots probably would have been hard to pull off back in the day.
Probably
pulling it down.
But I tell you, if you're not the first time you play this game a little bit choked up by this nostalgia, then you probably didn't have like a very interesting childhood. I think because I
played Bishi Bashi Special as a childhood. That game is fucking classic. Leave it alone.
Because I remember the first time I played this, experiencing that same nostalgia during this flashback and remembering like. It does kind of hark back to a simpler time, and that's really, and the whole game does, and that's a really pleasant experience. I can't really stress enough what a pleasant experience this game can be for people.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I think the reason why there's been a bit of a decline recently in simulation games like The Sims and all that bollocks is mainly due to actually Facebook. Because why would you need to create someone else's life when you can see a million people's others? Like going downhill.
I think there's a truth in that. I mean, obviously, you're the only person who does content with me I know who has Facebook. Matt and I obviously don't use it.
Yeah.
I found getting rid of Facebook to be a really liberating experience.
Really?
I have to say, yeah. Having quit drugs, cigarettes, and Facebook.
Cigarettes rather better than alcohol.
Cigarettes were the hardest to give up. But I have to say, Facebook was the most liberating to get rid of.
Really?
Even more so than drugs. Because when you give up drugs, your head does feel more clear and you feel like you're more conscious.
Yeah.
But I never really felt truly awake when I was on Facebook looking at people's stupid crap and going through picture after picture. These like blanket primary colours with a caption written on that I don't relate to, posted up by people I secretly hate.
This is the thing about Facebook. I mean, back in the day, it used to be all right, acceptable. Just
I got it. Because when I went to uni, I didn't have it, and everyone said, "Oh, you got to get Facebook. It's this really cool thing." This was back in like 2006, 2007, and I was like, "Oh, it sounds really good." He normally has his breakfast, but I guess he isn't at this point going to have breakfast
because his dinner's in the summer.
Yeah, so he doesn't have dinner till summer.
Yeah.
So here's the telly. I don't remember
Which isn't interactable.
It is, but I don't remember how you turn it on. I'm sure you're just supposed to press directional buttons, but nothing happens. Here we are. So what's cool is you can get gaming tips. Tomorrow's weather it's gonna rain, but you can also get like gaming tips like New Year's special TV, pounding. I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry.
Pounding mochi.
Happy New Year, everyone! Today, all of our guests are working together to pound steamed rice.
Pardon me.
Mochi rice cakes. It takes a lot of pounding.
Fuck me!
Pound, 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 pound.
This is a child's game. Machoku's pound.
Life on the farm. Farmer Fran. Yes, Jimmy, that's how Fran talks. I planted seeds, but they disappeared on the following day. How come? Did you plant them? Did you plant the right seeds for the right season? Yeah, so there's stuff like that gives you gaming tips. They also tell you like when the festivals are coming. The festivals are a cool part of the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are waffling quite a lot about irrelevant stuff. But like I say, when you're not playing the game, there's not a great deal to talk about.
Yeah. I was about to say, on the final thing about the Facebook, why is it suddenly become like a central hub of the internet? Like you can get a bit of everything on there now. Like,
I'll be honest, I accidentally clicked yes, please. So he's now going to show us around the village.
Oh no!
It is my own fault. I'm sorry. I should have been paying attention.
Damn it, man! Half this gameplay is just.
I assure the viewing public, this is an excellent game. You just have to.
Yeah, you just need to get past the 20-hour cutscene. It's not that bloody half-an-hour cutscene at the beginning of Metal Gear Solid 4. Fuck me.
I honestly don't mind the length of this cutscene though, because.
I understand.
It does. This, for example, you need because it tells you how to play the game. And the one before it does set the tone, because this game is all about mood.
Yeah.
You'd be bored to tears performing basically farming tasks and making friends and forging relationships with people and remembering to take them gifts on their birthday and stuff like that. That would be incredibly boring if there wasn't this just general pleasant mood, and you need this long cutscene at the beginning to establish that.
Yeah,
to kind of immerse you into it.
I mean, what's the other game? Animal Crossing. Oh my god, I lost so many hours due to that game. I still have not paid off my debts.
I dare not play Animal Crossing.
You will lose. You will lose yourself. I mean, I lost myself. I think I grew a beard in that time I was playing that game. I don't think anyone saw me for like 7 years.
A beard that you still have today.
Yes, that I still have. I think I need to shave it off.
This is how much we've been just kind of not getting on with normal life and doing YouTube stuff. Is that Toby and I are both rocking beards right now?
But my beard is worse than yours because I can barely grow a beard.
Yeah, yours is like pubes.
Oh, shut up.
You have no, I'm not saying it's like pubes as in on your genitals. I mean, you have puberty beard is the situation.
Yeah, well, I never grew a beard when I was a teenager. No, 23.
You're only 23?
Yeah, I was 23 last month.
I did not attend your birthday.
No, I don't think anyone did actually.
Oh, of course, because like I remember posting on YouTube that like you said, oh, this was uploaded on my birthday. Oh shit. But your Christmas present was like a double present, I guess.
Yeah.
So
I went to my grandma's. I love my grandma. Is it still taking you? How big is this farm?
Well, he's taking me around the village.
Oh right. So in the village you got a hospital right next to the supermarket just in case you buy some shit.
He looks sad about this. Like, this is how sweet this guy is. He doesn't even want to think about the idea of you getting ill. It's like, this is the clinic. You can come here when you feel sick. Either that, or he's remember like this is where like his wife didn't get better.
Oh, dark undertones. You could do a creepypasta about the mayor in Harvest Moon.
You could. There probably is. There's probably a ton of Harvest Moon creepypasta.
Probably. I wouldn't give them the time of day.
Don't post links to them because we're not going to read them. Okay, don't bother.
Just unless they're good, but they won't be because it's Harvest Moon.
Because you can't take something like Harvest Moon and make it creepy.
Yeah, that's true. Oh look, why is he so happy about the inn? This is the inn. This is where he's
clearly an alcoholic.
Yeah, I was about to say.
There is actually an alcoholic character in this. Karen, who's one of the potential wives in the game, is an alcoholic. So you do get quite a lot of fun with that. Like you have to go and collect her from places when she's drunk and stuff.
Fair enough. Huh.
So marriage in this game is where you can have a child.
Fair enough.
It's pretty in depth for the time, I have to say.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
You can see just from already like all the different things you can do in the game we've talked about, and the mayor's like showing us around and how much detail there is in this game. Why I became so obsessed with it, and worst of all, playing this game at university.
Bloody hell, really?
Was a terrible mistake.
Yeah, I can imagine. Everything was overdue.
Yeah.
All the assignments.
Yeah, because it was just like, or even when I didn't have an assignment due, I would play this when I could have been socialising with people.
Wow.
Because I'll be honest with you, the kind of people that attended my university were not as interesting as fake people who have little like cartoon representations of themselves in the corner.
Nah, that sounds legit.
There was this one guy. I feel really bad making fun of him because he was a really nice guy. There's this guy on
Guile.
Oh my god. Please, can we replay that? Him approaching you with Guile's theme.
Bloody hell.
There was this guy who was kind of big and muscular like him, who was in my corridor at uni, and he'd always be really nice to me. Like, he'd steal my food, but not like from the fridge or whatever. If I was eating food, he'd come and like take a piece. But he would always invite me out, and I would always like totally blow him off like every time. And I just want to say, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. You're like, I always was like really mean to him. One time he invited me to the club, and instead of saying no, I've got an assignment, I decided to say the following: I'd rather stay here and do my assignment and be bored than go and contract a venereal disease in the girls' toilets of some awful club listening to the sounds of Crank Dat Soldier Boy. It was
wow.
Unbelievably rude, and I just want to say, dude, if you're watching this right now, I'm totally sorry. You're a really nice guy.
No, don't be sorry. That is fucking genius. If I got that text, I'd be like, fair enough, mate. Jesus. No, I don't want to go now.
No, I said it to his fucking face. He was in my door.
Oh my god.
He was in my doorway because I wouldn't invite him in, and I just want to say, he was a really nice guy, and I'm sorry.
Fair enough.
And I'm really sorry. So, here we are. We did kind of make up for it like later on when I saw him again, but I never apologised. So that's me apologising now. So we're into the game at last. This episode's going to run on because we're at 16 minutes and we're only just started the game, so this episode's going to run on a bit longer, I think.
Yeah,
than usual, because it's just we haven't done Brit Bros in so long. I think it's nice to just do a little bit extra. So you can smash a lot of this stuff. You can chop the logs to get lumber. Used to build things. So this is my dog.
This is my dog. Doesn't move.
My dog Balls.
Ha ha ha.
If you handle Balls, then Balls will grow to love you. You can buy a ball for Balls that you can throw, and he will play fetch with you.
He might balls up.
There's also stables. We'll be getting a horse later on in the game.
What will the horse be called?
I haven't thought of something rude to call the horse yet.
Mount the horse.
Over here's the chicken, the hen house. I don't believe I have any animals yet.
The hen house / whorehouse. No, you don't.
No.
Mate, this is one hell of a farm you've got right here.
Yeah, well, the thing is...
Successful entrepreneur.
What I really like about this game, again, is that it drops you off and, like, the farm's gone to rack and ruin because the owner's dead, you've inherited it. And it is like a pile of crap. The farm looks like shit. And the pride you get once the farm starts looking good is indescribable. And hopefully if we do any more episodes on this, you'll get to see that. And maybe sharing it with us.
Yeah, maybe sharing it. Bask in the glory of... What's the farm called again?
I believe it's called the Flaccid Farm.
The Flaccid Farm, yeah. Bask in the glory of Flaccid Farm. Buy your produce here. No one will ever buy your produce with a name like that.
So at the moment, we haven't got any produce, so we'll have to sell things that we forage until we can make enough money to go out and buy animals, plants, seeds, etc.
Fair enough.
I have to say the controls have not aged fantastically well. They're a bit tanky.
Yeah.
They're a bit Resident Evil-ish, which that's
awesome.
Probably the one and only comparison I'm going to make to Resident Evil with Harvest Moon.
Because Harvest Moon is innocent. Resident Evil is scary.
Although I believe I am supplying, plant extracts to mansion owners to leave lying around for weary adventurers who need to patch themselves up.
Yeah. Oh, you're the guy who left all them herbs.
Yeah.
Damn herbs.
Yeah, it was just an act of kindness.
Yeah. Ooh.
I gotta say, there's something timeless about the look of this game. The graphics are not good by any stretch. In fact, even for PlayStation 1, they're pretty weak.
Yeah.
But they've somehow, and we talked about this with the Silent Hill 2 playthrough, they've somehow used that to their advantage and created a very minimalist, almost storybook-looking game.
Yeah, no, I understand that. It does look very nice.
Yeah, and how appealing is this? Like this little fucking log cabin. And there's smoke coming out the chimney. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm already feeling it. I'm already feeling like the... Oh, was that the fucking postman?
Oh my god, you missed the postman. Oh my... What the fuck?
Cutscene. Dramatic cutscene again.
There's a woman.
It's kind of soap opera-y as well, which I like. I hate Rick as well.
That's a man?
Yeah.
That really doesn't look like a man.
Rick is setting ginger people back 1,000 years. You look at him and you just think, ugh. Ginger people have got a hard enough time in our society being made fun of.
Yeah.
And then this guy comes along, who's not ginger in his avatar. but only in the character model.
Yeah. Your flaps.
Hens got killed by a stray dog.
Ooh! What are you going to do? I don't know.
Look at his face!
Ah!
Say! Would you do me a favour?
Fuck
And go
off.
bring Popuri back. I'm a stranger.
Just like...
I know this is a rural area and maybe things are different, but I'm a stranger. You've just met me, and my name is Flaps.
You're back in Emmerdale here.
We are. I'm going to go marry someone's attractive cousin. So, next time on Super Brit Bros, we get into the nitty-gritty of Harvest Moon. We're going to explore the town and buy some stuff and really just have a good time.
It gets a lot more hardcore.
Thanks for tuning in. Bit of a slow start because the game does get off to a slow start, but take my word for it, it's a brilliant game, and we'll probably do some more episodes on it.
Now we're just going to stand around here and wait until we awkwardly stop the session. Stop it.
Like, comment,
Stop it
subscribe.
now. Like, comment, subscribe.